After about 10 minutes, he's got to be in trouble.
Coffee shop. Have you seen Stanley? Which Stanley? The only Stanley in the world.
When I would write a screenplay, I'd send it to Stan, and he would give me notes about what he thought of my work. I had offered him a lot of money to be my editor for my company, which I felt would be a great prestige for my company to have Stan Laurel in it. It didn't happen because he was very proud. I couldn't convince him I needed his help. He said, "But lad, you've got it."
Stan Laurel was obviously his idol. This is what he wanted to pay back with The Bellboy. I think he wanted to show some things that were just simple and fun and creative and finding humor in places that you wouldn't expect to find humor.
Laurel spent a few days looking over the script of The Bellboy and wrote all these passages in the margins as to how Jerry Lewis should edit the film for maximum impact.
Paramount found out exactly what I was shooting, and they said they didn't want to do a silent movie. I said, "It's not a silent movie. It's a very noisy movie. It's just that the hero doesn't talk." But remember, there was a cacophony of sounds in that movie.
Here is our star, the man who will deliver us from TV.
Lewis, as director, realized he had to see how a scene played on screen. And because he was also acting, that's something that just couldn't be done. He couldn't just sit behind a camera. So he invented something called the video assist, which simultaneously videotaped the action as it was being filmed.
He had a video assist right there so he could watch himself work afterwards. And now it seems like the whole industry can't do without that.
Every director in the world uses it now. Directors don't even stand by their cameras anymore.
He could immediately go back, see how the scene played, and if it worked, if it needed to be framed differently or needed to be edited a certain way, he could figure that out on the spot.
I'm very proud of the accomplishment because it served not only the director, but the actor, the technician, wardrobe, makeup. Everybody had a chance at that instrument. So it became a vital instrument for a lot of people. Without Paramount's cooperation, I could never have done it. I didn't have $800,000 or $900,000 that the prototype cost, which I thank them for to this day. They went in with me because it was going to be for a film, ultimately, that I would make with them, which was The Bellboy.
Extra, read all about it. Extra, read all about it.
The death of Wally Bradford, famous comedian, killed in an Alaskan plane crash, has left Hollywood in a state of shock.
A famous star dies, and all the people surrounding him that do things for him, his yes men, feel that they're going to be out of a job because this star commodity has died. And so they get this inept bellboy named Stanley, in homage to the movie The Bellboy. And that, of course, is Jerry Lewis. He has no talent, no understanding of show business.
Okay, boys, here's the tempo. 1, 2.
These people believe that by buying the right clothes, giving them the right haircut, putting a song in front of them, they can make them into this next big thing.
In 1964, there were a lot of teen record stars that promotion companies just put together. A good example, the Monkees record company put together some great guys who looked well together, who had never had a band.
Stanley Bell! Welcome to Teenage Dance Time, Stanley.
I always will.
Yes.
What it looks at is the area of show business that we know is there but don't really discuss too much. Stars who don't have any substance, don't have any real talent, but they're propelled into stardom just by little appearance things. That's why we have a lot of stars without the talent that should be involved.
I think the Patsy went right along with that. They over-exaggerated by making him an utter klutz and still being able to go from nothing up to the top.
Lewis admitted that the Patsy is essentially George Bernard Shaw's Pygmalion, and he didn't realize that until he was in the cutting room editing it. He mentioned it to his co-writer Bill Richmond, and Bill said,